Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of zombies news from the game and its community here on COD Zombies HQ. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We've got a lot to talk about where it doesn't happen often, so it's really interesting when it does. The zombies community is in agreement about something and is demanding Treyarch to make changes here in Black Ops 7 Zombies. There's new information about potential DLC perks coming to Black Ops 7 Zombies, and you've definitely heard this song and dance before, and something that you absolutely need to change in your game of Black Ops 7 Zombies. All of that in today's show, so let's kick things right off with our first story of the day. Being able to complete the Black Ops 7 Zombies main Easter egg means more in this game than any other Zombies game before it. The reason? Well, it's the Relics in Curse mode that are only able to be activated if you've beaten the main Easter egg. The problem is that not many players, even seasoned Zombies veterans, are able to complete it. The reason? Well, it's just that the boss fight, specifically the last phase of the boss fight, is just way too difficult. Regular Zombies players, like Opposite Hunt, saying this boss fight is so damn hard. This boss fight on Ashes on solo is such BS. Should the Ashes boss fight be nerfed? And this is the worst boss fight ever. But I actually think it's just as interesting that that message from regular Zombies players is also being echoed by Zombies content creators. Those that play the game fairly often, those that speedrun the game, they all have the same opinion. JGod saying that this is the hardest boss fight in almost a decade. The Baron of Zealand sharing his experience of the boss fight. You go in, ram it, the boss rocket attack destroys Tessie in one shot, you lose quick revive, and the next shot takes you down. Game over, GG's, you're done, try it again. That's definitely an experience I've seen from a lot of players in the Ashes boss fight. You can see it happening to Remarkable Tadpole in this clip, who was trying to complete the main Easter egg solo. It definitely seems like probably the most difficult boss fight solo that we've ever seen in the Zombies mode. Zombies content creator Stanley saying, "This is not the nicest way I could say this, but I've spent a lot of time trying to beat the boss solo today, and I think I'm due for some harsh words. Treyarch, this boss fight needs a nerf. If people are only able to beat it with gobblegums, you're doing something wrong." So a lot of players in the community asking for a nerf in the boss fight, especially the last phase of the boss. And the knock-on effect of this boss being so difficult has been really interesting to witness. Where the main Easter egg was solved in the first day this game came out, all the guides kind of rolled out throughout that evening, and the next day, Curse mode was released for all players, but several days later, at the time of this video being recorded, only 2 of 9 relics that are in the game have been found. These are some of the most interesting features of Black Ops 7 Zombies, and players just aren't able to look for them, or just don't have an interest to look for them, because a lot of players just can't seemingly join the hunt because they can't beat the boss. Now, we've seen what seems like the whole of the Zombies community rally behind asking Treyarch to make changes to Zombies before. The most recent time it happened was actually last year, where if you remember when Black Ops 6 Zombies came out, where the amount of Mangler Elite zombie spam was way too overtuned when the game first came out. A lot of players weren't very happy with it, and eventually Treyarch reduced it to a more reasonable level. That's probably the case of what's going to happen here. We know that Treyarch is already listening to players' feedback regarding XP gains here in Zombies. Yesterday, we talked about that in detail. I wouldn't be surprised to see Treyarch listen to the players here and make some tuning adjustments to the boss and the Easter egg in their first major update to Black Ops 7 Zombies. Next up, we're 4 days since the global release of Black Ops 7 Zombies, and Treyarch has tweeted the next teaser for the first DLC Zombies map, where the teaser doesn't give away all that much besides the fact that, yeah, a new round-based Zombies map will be coming into this game with the start of Season 1. I personally think it's sorely needed. Ashes of the Damned as a map is really big, but the playable areas themselves, I don't know, feel kind of small compared to previous Zombies maps, so it'll be nice to get a second round-based Zombies map in this game so close to launch. But speaking of future DLC content likely coming into this game, we got the first indication about what new perks might end up being added into Black Ops 7 Zombies. Because some of the perks that were leaked to come into the Zombies mode back during the Black Ops 6 season actually came true in the form of Double Tap, there are others that were also leaked back then that were rumored to be in development, hanging around inside of the game files that never actually released. Those 2 perks being a Mule Kick and Tombstone. Well, found within the overall credits of Black Ops 7 are the two songs which make up the instrumentals behind the perk jingles for Mule Kick and Tombstone. Remember, a lot of the original perk jingles used already existent music that they added lyrics to. It's partly for that reason that if you notice there was no perk jingle for Quick Revive in Black Ops 6, and why they provided a remake of the Quick Revive jingle here in Black Ops 7 Zombies. So the instrumentals for the perk jingles for Tombstone and Mule Kick are being credited. They obviously aren't in the game yet, but it'll be interesting to see if they do return in the DLC season for this game. Next up, no word of a lie, if you do play Black Ops 7 Zombies, and I know that actually isn't all of you. Some of you guys just like to tune in even though you don't play the game, and I appreciate you for that. But if you do play Black Ops 7 Zombies, hop into the game the next time you do log in, and you need to change this setting in the movement tab under combat roll assist from partial or, in my experience, always. What this will do is automatically activate the new combat roll mechanic that was added into Zombies in Black Ops 7 that makes it so that if you were to take damage from a fall, like you jumped off the bridge in Ashwoods, instead of just going down instantly if you don't have the stamina augment, now you'll do a combat roll and only take marginal damage. This basically makes it so that you'll never go down from fall damage ever again. Just one less thing you'll have to think about, and a huge thanks to NovaRipper1 on Reddit for shouting that out. Okay, moving on to our next story of the day. Ever since this game has released, and I'm pretty sure this still isn't fixed, there is a strong chance that if you use a Casimir device when playing the farm survival map, if you jump into it, the game might teleport you out of bounds outside of the survival map, resulting in you going down in 5 seconds. Well, now a new issue has cropped up with the Casimir devices, although with our first story today, not a lot of players will experience it because you need to have beaten the final boss in Ashes in order for it to appear. Where after you beat the boss fight and you decide to continue your game, when you use a Casimir device, there is a chance that you will get teleported back to the boss fight arena, this time all alone with no way to escape. The reason for this is the Casimir device tends to teleport you to a random location around the map. Now that you've opened up the boss fight arena, it technically considers that area a playable location, so it has a chance to teleport you there. It's a nice way to check out the boss fight arena without any zombies in it, but it's pretty much game ending if you don't have another Casimir device and you're playing solo. But, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the news today. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, consider hitting that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you with another Zombies news update tomorrow. Peace!